Hey everybody, welcome to my room. I have my good buddy Zane right here. For once, I'm introducing today. But today we're drinking Miles Davis Bitches Brew.
Oh, naughty words.
Yeah. Which is
TJ.
actually a specialty beer made by Dogfish Head. It's supposed to be, well, first off, it's a very rare beer. It's a beer I've been really wanting to try out. It's named after Miles Davis's, the jazz musician, his 1970 album Bitches Brew, which is like one of his first jazz fusion albums. But yeah, I've always been wanting to try out this beer because I've heard good things about it. It's supposed to be like an imperial stout, and they actually mixed it with a honey beer that was mixed with gesho, which is supposed to be like some type of plant from Ethiopia. So it has like some African ingredients, basically.
It is as dark as coffee.
It is very dark.
It's as dark as motor oil.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be a stout, too.
Use motor oil.
Which, most stouts are very dark.
I mean, even the head is like chocolate color.
Oh, yeah. It has a really, like, just kind of really
roast. You can't even see my
roasty,
hand through
like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, tone and appearance to it.
Okay, nose.
Yeah.
Grape. I get grapes.
Yeah, definitely.
Even,
Actually,
like, grape candy. Like an ultra sweetened grape. Maybe, like, grape juice concentrate.
yeah, definitely.
A
Now that,
sweet, like, sugary, like, caramel, maybe.
yeah, it definitely has a sweet tone to it. I can kind of see what you mean by caramel, maybe.
Chocolate, like...
Chocolate too. Very subtle though to me. Like,
But not like fine chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate bar, something like you get every day, like some sweeter chocolate.
maybe like dark chocolate.
There's a dark chocolate to it.
Yeah.
Maybe a vanilla.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe like blueberries.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I was going to note, that plant that I mentioned earlier, that's from Ethiopia, gesho or jesho. I don't know how it smells like. I'm not even familiar with the plant at all, but maybe...
Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither, before we did this review. But it's an actual plant from Ethiopia, and like, yeah, maybe that's what that smell is coming from? I don't really know.
Strawberry milk.
I can get strawberry a little bit. Yeah, there's just kind of like this authentic fruit-like smell.
Mm-hmm. Sugary.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
let's taste it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So this is very, very bizarre.
It really is.
I get on one side of the spectrum, I get like a sun-dried raisin, maybe even sun-dried tomatoes, and then on the way other side of the spectrum, I get pepperoni. I get like some sort like
Wow. That's a pretty wide spectrum. I mean, I was going to say it tastes mostly like a regular stout, but it definitely has some very complicated and just really unique flavors to it.
you know.
I can think of, I was going to say real quick, maybe cut you off, but the best way I can describe it is it tastes pretty similar to a wine in some respects.
Yeah, totally.
Or barley wine.
Totally.
Yeah. We actually forgot to mention earlier, this is at about 9% alcohol, so
Okay.
it's a pretty strong beer, like most imperial stouts are.
It doesn't come in anything but these large jugs.
Nope.
Okay. It is a very rare beer.
Yeah. They also just make it in really limited batches, too.
I mean, how limited is limited when you... I know that Lucas or Dave said when they were doing whiskey, I think it was Maker's Mark, one of the big whiskey companies, said it's less than 1,000 gallons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how often they make this beer, but from my understanding, it's really not that often.
Okay. Okay. And I guarantee, like, to get all the ingredients together and stuff, they actually got to do some work for it. And
For sure, because like I said, they actually have some pretty authentic like African ingredients in it, like gesho or gesho, which is that plant that I mentioned earlier.
You said you paid $14 for this bomber too, which is honestly, when you said that, I thought, because TJ was really iffy about telling me the price, because you guys know me and the price. TJ was like, dude, I don't know if I should tell you. And you said $14, and it actually surprised me because I thought that was fairly good for like a rare brew and all. Well, when you start adding things, I thought you were gonna say I paid like $25 for it. I was gonna be like, oh.
No, I would not buy it at that point. Yeah, I've seen this beer run anywhere from like $10 to $14.
Okay. And
probably depending on where you live.
If you find it in your craft brew store for $20, and you're like, oh, I paid $20, $25, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be too.
But I think $14 is fair, because I've seen, there's other ones that are actually not as rare, and their regular production are up there between 12 and 13, $15. That's not too terribly bad. Especially if you like this sort of beer, if you're a fan of Miles Davis, you just love a very complex and deep craft brew.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just a really complex beer. Really kind of bizarre, actually.
Yeah, it is bizarre.
Yeah.
I could see this not being everybody's cup of tea. It is tart.
And I understand that.
It's tart, and it's, like TJ said, more along the wine side. So if you're looking for a beer flavor, even a hoppy flavor, or traditional beer flavor, this is getting more into those weird stouts that, I personally like. I know TJ enjoys. We did Bourbon County Stout and stuff on the other reviews. But if you're looking into getting into like some bizarre stouts with some deep, rich flavors, this is going to be like, you're going to sit back and be like, you're going to drink it out of a glass like this, and you're going to go, huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think that's like the perfect way to describe it. I mean, it's just a very complex beer, and if you want to like take the time to like review a beer like this and just kind of like draw out new flavors from it,
put the Miles Davis LP on, maybe light yourself a big old cigar and go to
try it out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
score time.
What
are you thinking?
I like it.
Really?
I'm gonna say it. I just like how each time I take, the flavors are not so much everything I'm looking for in a beer, but I like it because I like when every time I take a drink, there's a new flavor I find. I think a good term to use this is explore.
It definitely is. I mean, it's just really unique.
And if you know anything, if you of course you've watched all my videos, right? I like exploring whiskeys and beers and stuff, and I like almost like a flavor adventure, and that's really what you get out of this. So surprisingly enough, because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, surprisingly enough, I do enjoy it. I don't see it as an everyday drinker.
No.
Even if they produced it you could get it in a 6-pack for, I don't know, $8 a 6-pack. I don't think that would be my everyday drinker. I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, same here.
Just for something rare, a little treat, cool occasion to have it. Give it 7.5.
Okay.
7.5, maybe lean in a little bit more towards 8.
Okay. I'll probably give it an 8. I think it's a very complex and different beer. Part of my score might be a little biased because, I'm a huge fan of Miles Davis, but I think it's a really unique beer, and I think they did a great job of, like, trying to make it match with, like, his style of music from that album, Bitches Brew, so... But overall, besides that, I think it's just a really unique beer.
The only thing I could really say is if you were really not sure you're into bizarre stouts. If you're into bizarre stouts, I think this is definitely a good jump to take. But if
try it out. Yeah.
you're not really into weird brews like this, I think $14 is a hard price to pick it up and be like, man, you get a big jug of this as well. $14 is a hard one to be like, oh, I don't know if I'll like this or not.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to try to close it out as well?
Yeah, I guess.
Go for it, buddy.
Alright, well, we want to let you guys know that you can comment and subscribe. Let us know what you think about this beer. But yeah, we think it's a cool beer. And we're definitely down to hear what you guys have to say about it. So,
Dogfish Head.
I think that's about it.
Knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
You want to rate, comment, and subscribe, and as always, peace be with you.
Later on.